sure.
Testes.
What the
Let's
fuck?
go.
Turn Nick's mic up, though, at least, so he can... I don't think we have anything from his mic.
It's on.
Give me something, Nick.
Yeah, you got to flip that little switch there. Give me a... It's not working.
Yeah, there's nothing going on. I knew it. See? Producer.
This is why we need our producers. This is
All
the
right.
first. All right.
All right.
There you go.
Check.
perfect.
Check.
All right, y'all ready?
Check your
Yep.
list and
Go
check
ahead and
it
hit it,
twice.
Carve.
Geist.
Is it the end of the world?
Oh, it's not doing this.
Yes, it is the end of the world. And it's awesome.
Man.
That one's bad.
What do I got to do here?
Oh, no. That one's bad.
I mean, it's part of the show.
It's
at
gotten
this point,
worse.
right?
It's got even worse.
It is.
Horrible.
How does it get worse?
Fuck you. Just like I love telling my fans, fuck you.
Hey, no, we love you. We love you.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. he
Welcome,
is.
everyone. This
He's a
is
nice
Deck
guy.
One Dealt. My name is Kyle, a.k.a. Keezy, and these are my good pals.
Hey, what's up? This is Just Chris or Just Chris. The options are endless.
Carver Law, y'all. How y'all doing?
Absolutely.
That's cool. Today we're discussing dealer's choice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be Carver's Choice. We're going to do Dealer's Choice for a little bit because, we've done all the old albums. Now it's just down to new albums that are coming out and shit, new stuff that we're discovering. But we were like, each of us has little projects that we think are fucking amazing that we would like to introduce to the Juggalo world or bring up in the Juggalo world. But they're not necessarily Juggalo stuff. So that's kind of what this will do. Dealer's Choice, we can each pick an album and boom, it can be any album. Doesn't have
I
to
just
be.
honestly had to have a break from the monotony
Yeah.
and the horrible, just boring albums we've been doing
You've
lately.
been really juggaloed out lately.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and by that I don't mean juggaloed out as in like super
out,
juggalo,
oh.
like
Yeah.
out of the Juggalo shit.
Yeah.
Give me some more mic here.
Give me some
'cause,
more
Yeah, I can't hear. Or some headphones.
That's
Check,
that's what my
check. It's a little bit better.
give me some more mic
That's a little bit better.
should be good there. How about that, man? You feeling better?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was Chris's.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Chris.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo.
There's
You don't want me
nothing there.
being louder. You
There,
don't
is
want
that better? How about that? Is that a little bit?
Yeah,
don't
that's a
want
little bit
that.
better. Okay, cool.
All right.
But yeah.
That's why producer Nick. Why don't you take care of that?
Thank you. All right.
No,
Yes.
no.
Thanks.
We
All
gotta,
right,
so he'll fix that. But anyway, are we getting straight into this, or do we have any?
No, we can bullshit. Oh, shout out to the chat. DJ Slug ripping in the NW. Gage Von Weil. Good luck on your Magic tournament. AU Stalker and Taylor Coulter, our one and only
our
female
motherfucking
friend.
and our brother Vinnie Mac as well.
Vinny fucking Mac. How'd I overlook
Kissinger's
him and
Media.
Derek Bruno?
Yeah, and
Fuck
Derek
yeah.
Bruno, two fucking goats.
I didn't start from the top. I started from the middle for some reason.
Yeah, like a.
You know, we always gotta give shout out to the people that listen live.
Absolutely, yeah, because they're the ones who keep us going.
They're the realists.
They're the realists.
Gage mentioned something about a Magic tournament. I didn't know he was a magician.
He is.
Who, Gage?
Yep.
Oh, I did not know
He's
that.
pretty good too.
Actually, cool. I mean,
Yep.
shit.
Yeah.
Take
I
that
mean,
on. Yeah, you
he
could take that on the
smacked
road.
me in the face at the gathering, so I guess he had a good sleight of hand there.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
He's a mean guy. He was a mean guy to me. I don't know why. I just made him mad.
Okay, sorry.
That's a total lie. I'm just playing. He's a sweetheart. He's a nice guy. I don't know why I lied.
Why you throw him under the bus like that?
I don't
bro?
know why I lied. Maybe because I'm getting a little high.
The
That's big news. That's big news, man. At least
Oh,
for
yeah.
us, Ohio
Ohio
is
passed
now
recreational marijuana.
recreational marijuana, ladies and gentlemen. So
Congrats.
pretty soon you'll be able to walk in a gas station if you want and be like, I want some marijuana.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Well, probably not a gas station, but I'm sure they'll have to have a special license or something.
I
But
wonder
yeah,
how that's gonna work. So it's supposed to go live in 30 days.
that's what they say, but it's still going to be a little while before that happens. That's when the law has to be out.
Right.
But then you got people that's going to have to get licenses and all that shit.
I would think
And
that
there's
like
some states, like-
dispensaries would be like ready to go. Like here, we're gonna have recreational on day of.
Yeah, well, you would think, but like they're still doing the medical program. So basically, if you have recreational, you're going to pay higher costs ultimately because you have to pay that tax, that sin tax on it. If you get your medical card, you'll get lower prices, like when you buy your shit, but you have to pay that yearly fee. So it's kind of a trade-off. It's like buying your insurance by the year or buying it by the month. That's kind of how the med card's going to be. You can either go to a store and get recreational weed for $50 a half, or you can get it medically for, $40 a half. But, yeah. I mean, it's not going to be that cheap, but yeah.
They've been getting ready for
It
it for
might.
years here.
Yeah.
They've been building facilities to all kinds of shit for years for getting ready for it. So they knew it was coming.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I didn't think it was coming. Like, Ohio just doesn't do shit right. Ohio is notorious for not doing things right. So, yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. You know what I mean? Preach. Yeah.
It takes
Just
a
saying.
while.
Yeah.
Ohio's I guess a late bloomer in some of that kind of shit.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm fucking stoked about it. I know my man Vinny is stoked about it too. He's a stoner. I know most of us are stoners. And yeah, for all the stoners out there that live in Ohio, this is good news. For all the rest of you, I'm sure you don't give a fuck.
But already legal where you're at.
So let's stop talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing we didn't talk about last week, which we should have, and I think this makes us bad juggalos.
Probably.
All right.
I don't mind being a bad juggalo, so I'm not going to smack myself.
Well then, fuck you. But maybe
Sounds like a twisted fan.
then you know what? You might have already
number 3.
You might have already heard this, and this might not be news to you. But I held off on listening to the new Hollow Wicked single,
Wow, bro.
and we didn't even discuss it on the show last week.
Completely forgot about that.
did.
I
Completely.
didn't even know there was one.
We suck.
There was one.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
A vampiric song, indeed.
Did you listen to it?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
When it came out, I did. Yes.
Well, you want to check it out?
Weird how the greenhorn is the only one who's keeping up. Jeez Louise, guys. I carry this show.
Was Ouija on it?
No, Ouija was not on it, or I would listen to it even more.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's called Bite Night.
Yep, Bite Night. Yep.
Bite
It's a nice,
Night,
nice little vampiric song. Nick, producer Nick, can you hear?
Should be coming out there a little bit.
He said just a little bit.
I won't turn up too loud to pick up. All right, I'll turn up a little on here though.
Has that like funky West Coast sound to it,
I'm not hating it.
I like it so far.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. It's a good one. It has like is this a DJ Clay beat? Definitely has like a West Coast feel to it.
Now what if I told you it's old Hallows Eve? Now what if I told you but you cannot leave? And what if you know now evil is real? And your neck about to know just how my fake feel. Try and get away. It's futile. It won't work.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a good one. But that's because you can tell that this is a Shaggy project. You know what I mean?
Is Jay on it?
No, I don't think Jay's on it at all.
What?
I think it's a solo song.
That blows my mind.
I'm almost 100% sure it's a Shaggy song.
Jay couldn't be bothered to do a Hollow Wicked
Like he
thing
might
this
have.
year.
He's probably like, bro, we gotta do a Hollow Wicked song. Jay's like, I'm too busy. I'm on podcasts and fucking Sarah. What do you want from me?
I was gonna say I didn't want to say for sure because he might be on the hook or something or do like one verse, but I think this is just Shaggy.
Wow. I hope
What if I told you?
I still hope Violent J shows up on her OnlyFans.
You said what now?
I hope he shows up on her OnlyFans. Hey, if anybody
Oh, like
has
fucking her
Yeah.
so you can watch it.
Hey, if anybody has a
Okay.
login for and subscribes to Sarah Rusi's OnlyFans, hook a bro up.
Hook a
I
brother.
want to keep an eye out for Violent J's wiener showing up on there.
Yeah, right. I love that's the only reason that you want.
Yeah, I mean, who?
You're
I've,
I
like
don't
I've
care
seen,
to see Sarah Rusi.
I've seen a million hot chicks. I know what that looks like. I'd like to see Violent J's hog.
I imagine his hog, him being a ginger and old and pale.
Yeah.
His hog looking like a freshly cased sausage.
Yeah, it's gonna be like speckled a little bit. Have
Yeah.
some odd hairs on it. He probably got a tattoo on there. It's just what he does.
Yeah, I bet you he does have a hog tattoo.
Probably does have a hog, like an actual hog tattoo on his hog.
Like how
So
how
he can make like a Jay joke, you know what I mean? He's like, so he can say some shit like, "Come on, bitch, eat some piggy pie," you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
That song rules, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
Great Hollow
it's a
Wicked
good-
song.
That's what I'm saying. It's a real good one, but it was Shaggy. That was Shag's exclusive. That's what I'm saying. I just didn't want to say
There's
it was
no
a
Jada?
solo because
Didn't hate it. Didn't hate it.
he might have been on the hook or sample or something.
I don't know
but
who's
yeah.
saying it's evil. It's evil. I didn't know if that was Shaggy or what.
Yeah, like Shag is kind of like when Jay was fucking up and really falling off. Shag was still holding the throne. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's definitely the guy holding the flag.
But you know what
man.
Shag rhymes with?
Tag? Come on,
No.
that's not fresh. Come on, Keys.
All
look,
right, all right.
Look.
All right. All right.
All right, guys. So anyway, Today-
I had it on deck.
All right,
the,
I-
sound.
I just want to know if you guys knew.
yeah.
It's all I think about, honestly.
What? I almost said it. But nevertheless, let's move on.
Absolutely.
So Fright Night, or Bite Night, I mean, that was cool.
Yeah, it was a good single.
What else is new in the Juggalo world?
Man, we're
nothing.
kind of quiet in Juggalo World.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Somebody was asking if you'd met somebody. Ill Al asked if you'd met Eyedea.
Oh, I have not met Eyedea. However,
I have, yes.
yeah, he had a conversation with him, like kicked it, like heard
Tell
him
us about it.
freestyle.
How did that happen? How did that work?
I met him a couple times, but the one time I actually talked to him was actually here in Columbus, outside of
Scully's, wasn't it?
Scully's. Yeah.
He was doing a show there.
I did not go to that
Yep.
show. I had to work like a dumb fuck, and I should have skipped that job.
Did you ever see him live?
No, I never saw Eyedea live. I love Eyedea. I think he's amazing, but no, I never saw him live. I never got that honor. That's one of my biggest regrets. That was like my I didn't get to give him his flowers. You know? Yeah, but like that was like one of my biggest regrets is in like life. Like not kidding. Top 5 biggest regrets is not like skipping work and going to that show. Cause fuck. Yeah, man. Because that was like one of the last times he came to Columbus too.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, so it was like that, and then he died shortly after that. So it's like that would have been my chance, and I didn't go over a job I didn't even keep. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
just bullshit. But c'est la vie.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah, but yeah, I never got to see him. I got to see Christoph, which is basically the closest thing to Eyedea. But yeah, never saw Eyedea.
So you met him after the show or before the show, like just kind of hanging out?
all through the show. He was like in the crowd when
Oh,
the
cool.
opener, like he was in the crowd because he brought his openers,
Okay.
which were all his friends, and like he was in the crowd moshing and shit and just
Oh,
hanging
sweet.
out while they were all playing. And so we hung out with him all night, the whole show. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was a phenomenal mind. He was like the Buddha of hip hop. Like I kind of put him on that level. Like seriously, he was like just ahead of his time, ahead of the curve, I should say. Yeah, philosophical rap. Kind of. There were other rappers who touched on that. I mean, the fucking Jizza, or you know what I mean. Jizza back in the day would go off on a tangent, but still, like I think Eyedea like
Hold on.
really perfected
I
it.
was drinking when you said jizz went off somewhere.
Jizza from Wu Tang.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
the
oh.
Jizza.
Gotcha.
I know your ears perk up when you hear jizz, but it's because of Wu Tang, guys. It's because of Wu Tang.
Jizza.
Yeah,
It is interesting he just stuck with that.
Jizza, yeah, RZA and Jizza, yeah, yeah. It's like they're fucking because they're both like black Muslims, so that's basically it's representative of their name. Something Zin Allah or something. Yeah.
Producer Nick, off camera. There you see. There's somebody. We really do have a producer, guys. Just we're not lying. We're not fronting.
Yeah.
Hey, hand him that back so he can see. See?
See.
Yeah, there's an actual producer off camera, who is always watching us. And what we are in. He owns the warehouse that we're in.
He gives us our
that
budget.
we do the show from. Yeah, he gives us our budget, which
He paid for that sign.
Yeah, which needs improved, by the way.
Yeah.
Just saying, producer Nick.
Yeah. You know, if you could, toss us couple,
I bet
help us
people
out there.
I bet people don't believe you. Still, I bet people think there's like a stool over there, and you're like putting stuff on the stool instead of interacting with our friend.
That would never happen.
Right, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
We would never. We would, guys. We don't troll you guys.
Nah, that would never
Okay, we don't troll you. There's really someone over there. Okay.
By the way, producer Nick actually he reminded me about the show we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah? What?
On New Year's Eve?
Oh yeah. Somebody did send me the flyer. Hold on.
Are you talking about the Twisted show?
Yeah.
I really want to go to that. Yeah. Let's,
Yeah. Here, let me pull the flyer so we get. I can't
I haven't
remember all
got
the
to
guests.
I haven't got to look at it yet.
So
isn't this the one that's going to be?
This looks so fun, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
this the one that's going to be at the King of Clubs?
yes, it's Twisted. It's on New Year's Eve at the King of Clubs.
Oh,
I'm
man.
sure. I mean, it says who all they're bringing on the flyer. That's why I brought
Yeah.
this up. Let me see
yeah.
who it says.
There's a
Hold
lot
on,
of people.
Hold on, wait a second.
Hold on, did Monoxide grow his hair? What's but yeah, who's coming? Who so okay,
Wait, you
so
said coming.
Time
Do you
out,
mean-
time out,
talking
time
about
out.
Jizza?
Guys. Hold on a minute. I know the last year that it was called the New Year's Evil. What's
Yeah.
it called? The Queer Spew Bile.
Did they change the name? I mean, that's edgy.
That is pretty edgy.
Hold on a minute.
Why would they? Why? Wait.
Time
They
out,
put
guys.
they put
This
the
isn't-
Q word on there.
This isn't.
Did they? I mean, tell me my eyes aren't deceiving me, or is that the Q word?
Guys, this isn't funny, guys. Look at that. Hold on, read this. With special needs, bye-bye, frog and lisp, bone cocks instead of boondocks, butt toss instead of buckshot. How fucking dare
Wow.
you? How fucking dare
Wow.
you? And then sperm fam instead
Yeah,
of super fun
no.
time
No.
guy.
This isn't
super
the right.
famous-
Wait, I don't think this is the right flyer.
Twist.
Is this
Twist
That's
tits.
just
Did
twist-
someone they change twist tits?
Is someone
Twist
is someone
tits?
pranking us? I think
Hold on,
someone's
go back
pranking
to,
us.
Hold on, go back to the bottom. Is this the concert that was at the Nowhere? Don't come here. I mean,
Producer Nick,
I
did
guess-
you do this? What is this your doing?
Who did
you
this?
fucker?
I don't know. Pussy? Who's pussy?
Yeah, Producer Nick did send me this. He said, "Hey, pull this up,"
Yeah.
and I said,
Well,
"Okay."
Well,
All right. Well,
guys, I'm sorry, guys. We really didn't look into this. This isn't funny. Look, we're all about unity here, guys. So
Wow, I am outraged.
Yeah,
I know
for
you
real.
can't tell, but I'm very pissed.
yeah, I'm sorry because we're about unity, guys.
I
We
mean,
want
pussy. They put pussy.
pussy. That's not a good word.
Who even is that?
My girlfriend told me don't say that word.
My mom said you can only eat so much.
Pussy. Your mom said that?
Yeah.
I love this concept. Like she's like, it almost sounds like she's saying it fussy too. Like, yeah, damn it, Kyle, you can only eat so much pussy. Like every time
She would
every
always be
time
like,
she calls
she'd
you.
always be, no, she as I was growing up, she'd always be like, "You've had enough pussy today."
Yeah, like she'd call you and she'd be like, Kyle, I wanted to
Make
talk
me
to you
hungry.
about. I wanted to talk to you about the girls, and you're like, Mom, I'm eating pussy, and she's like, damn it, Kyle, you can only eat so much pussy.
Yeah.
You're eating pussy every time I call. I'm tired of it. Talk
Well-
to me about my granddaughters.
she ruined you for that word for the rest of your life.
Well, I mean, who you think taught me how to eat pussy?
Yeah, I mean, who? Your mom?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's a bonding moment right
No,
there.
I mean, I didn't eat her pussy.
Get around the. No,
Except-
I know.
Except
I
when
would
I was
never.
Except
I
when
would
I was
never drink.
born. When I did lick it when I was born, but that doesn't count. I was
No,
on your
small.
way out.
No,
Yeah.
you can't help that. I mean, when you're coming out, no matter what, that's what you kind of have to think about. Like, that's what you have to think about on your way out. No matter what, your face is brushing against your mom's vagina. There's no way to avoid it, bro.
I licked it the
There's
whole
no
way out,
There's
dude.
no way to avoid it, bro. Your face is going. Your face is going. Rubbing that vagina coming out. There's no way around it, guys. We have all face fucked our mom's vaginas. There's no way.
All right.
And depending on how much,
That's what you get here at Deck One Dell.
depending on the
Are we
hair,
recording this, producer
the
Nick?
pube situation
We
down
are?
there.
Okay.
Hey, Nick, go ahead and bring up the real one. There we
Oh,
go.
there you go.
Pretty.
Thank you, producer Nick.
All right. So he did find the real one. He apologized.
All right. Sorry,
All right, so-
guys. So anyway, to the real
All right. So wait,
flyer,
Monoxide.
which I have seen.
So it looks like Monoxide didn't actually grow his hair.
Yeah.
That's a relief.
yeah, I know, because obviously, yeah, that was not a good look.
But what I am finding out is that while Pussy isn't going to be there,
Moppy?
Moppy is. I don't care about them.
Who is Moppy?
But look,
Who is Moppy?
I don't know. But do you remember how
Is that the cleaning crew for afterwards?
Maybe
Probably.
Moppy and Sweepy.
I think Insane E is a part of that group.
Oh man, we love you, Insane.
Well, one thing is Moppy or Pussy's not going to be there, but one thing I did realize, I mean, maybe you guys didn't realize this when looking at the fake one, but because the name was different, but Buckshot is actually going to be there.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
No, I knew that because I had seen the lineup. When I saw the fake flyer, I instantly knew, fuck off. This is not the real lineup.
How'd you know, though?
Because I had seen the flyer before.
Wait, the real one? You saw the real one before the
I
fake
saw
one.
the real one, but not only one time. So I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. I just kind of like read it over and was like, "Oh shit, cool," and that was it.
Hold on. Say his
when
name
it came
again.
up, it looked
say his
just
name.
like Buckshot.
Yes. Praise be his name.
Praise be his name, man. The
Father
goat,
Buck.
the motherfucking goat. In Buck we trust. So
Buck
yeah, he's
fucks
gonna be
for
there.
life.
Yeah, SFFTG is gonna be there. That's gonna be a fucking dope one because
I will say Sperm Fam, I actually am a bigger fan of them.
Sperm Fam, yeah, Sperm Fam. I bet you would be. But I'm more of a fan of Super Famous Fun Time guys, so I'm excited they're gonna be here.
Yeah.
Boondocks, that's fucking. I don't give a shit.
He actually he's pretty cool in concert. He does a decent little show.
Yeah, I don't
it's
listen
cute.
to Boondocks. I've never seen Boondocks. I have no interest in seeing Boondocks.
Yeah.
That'll be when I go outside to smoke a.
You know,
a vape.
I've seen him like 10 times, but I can't remember ever any of them.
Yeah, same.
I really can't.
Same. But
Yeah.
the last time I saw him, I was actually like, all right, Boondocks, all right, man.
Yeah.
Look at you go, dude.
I don't have to go pee every time you come on. Okay,
That's
maybe I'll wait for a minute.
I was like, all right, man,
I
you're
see what
doing
you're-
it.
I was excited about Bye Bye Frog and Lisp.
Bye Frog.
I
and
wish
Lisp.
I wish they were actually coming, but
Absolutely, like that's yeah. But hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hey, what's up, all you guys? Oh, jeez, man. That's what's up, guys. Yo, Blazy, let's do a song for all these motherfuckers. Anyway, so yeah, that's a show coming up in Columbus.
yeah,
as long as we can get.
I think I'm gonna go.
We're gonna really try. I'm gonna really try, but I've got a girlfriend, and you know how they are on
You
New
just
Year's.
gotta smack her, man.
just
That's
gotta-
it.
Yeah,
By the way,
we do not condone that.
I don't believe you about the girlfriend thing. You've been saying it here for a few weeks, but
She goes to another school.
until I have proof, I'm just gonna.
People-
I don't know. I can't believe you, Chris.
People will believe that when they believe we have a real
She goes.
producer.
Well, no, she goes to. Guys, we have a real producer. There's an actual.
He's
person
literally
over
right there.
There's a person over there, guys. We're not. Hey, here, hold on. Here, hold on, Derek. Hold on. Hand him these keys. See, how could we do this if he wasn't actually there? How could we do that
Right.
if he wasn't actually there?
Exactly.
Exactly. Here, look, watch.
Look, he did. He's not.
that wasn't me.
See?
That was not
See,
me.
There's an actual person
he
there,
didn't
guys.
pick him up off the ground, did he?
You didn't-
Did he?
Yeah. How could he do that?
Keezy
with
didn't
his-
train his cat to throw things.
Exactly. So obviously, there's a guy on the side. But anyway, he brought us fudge.
He did. He packed it himself.
Yeah, packed it. It tastes good. It tastes good for fresh pack. A little minty, a little chocolatey.
Oh,
So-
dude, don't eat like that in the microphone. What the fuck is wrong with you,
What do
bro?
you- how else do
Homie,
I-
get
how-
off of the mic like that.
How else do I eat it?
All right, I'm turning down.
That's like that ASMR Chris is coming back.
Yeah, exactly. It's ASMR Chris, guys.
All right. In that case, I'll accept it.
Oh man.
Well, moving on.
Oh yeah.
Someone did send a video.
Oh shit, did they?
Yeah. They sent a video and they said you guys have to check this out. It's
What is
one of-
it?
It's
Do
one
you
of
know?
the biggest things going.
Is it idea
In the-
related?
no, it's in the Juggalo world. Something have to do with the Juggalo world.
Okay.
Said it's the biggest thing going. Send it to me on Instagram.
Oh, so like an upcoming Juggalo group?
Of course, I did not screen this. I did not look at this. I'm just trusting whoever sent this to me that this
Is it this one? Oh, hold on.
Yes, it's this one. And they said this. Okay, so what they told me is this is Jay training for the 6th.
Jay Violent J training for the
Violet
6th?
J is training for the 6th. So
This is the footage. Like, okay,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah. So this is supposed to be really cool.
You're gay.
I mean, I don't know if Jay's grown his hair out like monoxide, but that must.
You're gay.
That is that.
He's
behind-
right. He's right, too.
Wow, dude.
He's right.
Yeah,
Hell
they said
man.
they
That's
said hey
awesome,
they
dude.
said hey I work at Psychopathic. I was behind our building, our warehouse. That's where Jay's training. I got a little video of him. He wanted me to So that's what they.
Dude, he used to climb up to the hill and yell "Ultimate Warrior."
Yeah,
this is what he does now.
Now he just runs around. Now he just jukes a cone.
That's legit, son.
It says you're gay.
Legit as fuck. You're gay.
Oh, wow, dude. That's really. I mean, whatever works, I guess.
Hell yeah, man. You know, we gotta wake people up, man.
I guess, dude. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So man, he's looking fit. He's looking good.
He is. Dude.
Absolutely, man.
Wow, that was great. All right. Well, do you want to get into the album?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. We got the. We are doing Eyedea E and A today. That is Derek's or sorry, Carver's choice. I always do it. Everyone knows. But that was Carver's choice, and it's a good choice. It's a good choice.
Just don't dox our families. And
Right.
We'll be all right.
This was their second album together, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Do we want to paint a little picture of this?
Kind of, in case people don't know who Eyedea is.
I mean, we can go straight in the album if you want, but yeah, if you want to paint a little picture of this, yeah. I mean, this is Eyedea and Abilities. This is their second album, which I think was released in 2004.
Yeah, some around there.
I mean, you gotta think about this era of just hip hop.
Yeah,
There was a
Mike Jones was very prevalent at this point.
Well,
Lil Jon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think
I'm
yeah,
just
Eyedea
saying,
might
you know.
have featured on a couple of their songs. I don't know, can't remember, but there was definitely an underground renaissance, or there was a huge underground movement in hip hop going on during the during this time. Like it was
sure.
massive. It was massive. It was and it was because it was
This was
like,
when the fam era was really at its peak too. You know what I mean? I think.
yeah, it was when the fam era was really
In
big.
the Juggalo world.
But Eyedea was definitely at the forefront of this era of underground hip hop. He was just your rapper's rapper. He was the one that anybody he met at this time, anybody he worked with, which he worked with quite a few people at this time during, I mean, we're Aesop Rock, Brother Ali, Atmosphere,
Right.
LP from Run the Jewels.
Run the
I mean,
Jewels, yeah.
he worked with a lot
Who
of
was
people.
also Cage's producer a lot of the time.
Yeah,
LP
they
shit.
all and all of those people have great things to say about Eyedea.
Yeah, I mean-
and they talk that he, when they talk about him in high regards. Like he was, he was the rapper that everybody looked at and was like, damn, I wish I could rap like him.
He won the Blaze battles.
Yeah,
he was an outrageous battler, but he had an ability when he freestyled to like almost zone out into a meditative state. And I mean, with his eyes open and everything, but he would start entering these like leaps of like philosophical, almost transcendental like level shit where his lyrics would almost be like scripture worthy.
Yeah, when he freestyled, it was the equivalent of like Jimi Hendrix going into a guitar solo.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
exactly,
absolutely nuts. And then we actually had a episode on what Keezy and I did on this show called, I think it was Channeling. What we call it?
Violent J the Channeler.
Violent J the Channeler. We talked about like the concept of channeling things. You're just the pen, and you're channeling something, bringing it to fruition, but you're just the vessel for it. And I think Eyedea had that similar thing with freestyling.
Yeah.
He was a wizard at freestyle. What was his? I mean, without having to look it up on Wikipedia, do you guys happen to know like what was his history on like Blaze Battle? Like I only know I caught it on HBO when I was a kid and like a couple times, and like I know he won like a year of it, did they do multiple seasons or years of that? Or
they might have, but I don't think so. I think that was just a one-time thing.
Okay, and he just won the competition.
He just won that, and that was among a number of competitions he won that year.
Okay.
I mean, he was traveling around the different competitions. That was the biggest one that was recorded.
So it just happened to be like,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, you got
He
to
was
also
at Scribble Jam. He was at that too.
Yeah, he
and,
was
there,
and this is probably what
Yeah.
98 or so, like
Yeah,
it's
late 90s, early
99, something
2000s.
like that.
Yeah.
there's like underground rap like is so underground. Like at this
Funny
point, first of
enough-
all.
funny
but
en-
who's even freestyling at this point too?
Right.
Funny
There-
enough, I mean the Scribble Jams were huge. That was like
Yeah, they
that
were-
was pretty much the that set the bar for where people came from all around.
Yeah, in the underground hip hop world, freestyling has always been one of the four pillars. You know what I mean? Like, it's always been very big. But at this point it was becoming more televised. You know what I mean? You were starting to see.
I think Blaze
BET.
Battle was probably the first time like it had ever
Yeah.
been on like.
Yeah.
For somebody to just click on TV and watch that kind
For
of
sure, yeah. People
MTV
are real used to it now with like Wildin' Out and shit
Yeah.
like that. But back then, yeah, you didn't see freestyles on
MTV had a
TV.
show on around that time called Lyricist Lounge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
And
remember that shit.
They did a.
Oh, I do remember that.
They did like a freestyle thing at like the end and like throughout the show.
Okay.
But
Was that like a cipher or a freestyle?
it was supposed to be a freestyle, but
Really,
you know,
People
would
it
come
was
in there with
MTV.
written verses and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, I'm sure. Now Snoop was on a. Check this out. Snoop was on a. He's famous for that show because like he put out he spit one of the best verses on that show.
dope.
And it seemed like freestyle from him.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So you had the Scribble Jam. He was rolling around the country winning battles everywhere, and at the same time, so was his DJ.
So winning battles.
entering DJ battles.
What was it? So what? Like, I'm just curious. Like, do you happen to know? Like, you guys know a lot about him. I'm a little more in the dark. Like, you guys went on like a thing with Eyedea and like a whole experience while I was kind of like being married and having kids and shit. But what I'm getting at is, you know more about the history of it. Why was he all like going around battling, traveling? Like, what was going on in his mind to where like that made sense as something to do?
He's a hip hop purist.
Yeah, 'cause- yeah, exactly.
He loves the craft of hip hop. Truly, when you're talking about real hip hop, not rap, hip hop is much different. Hip hop is a whole culture, and it has like 4 pillars: b-boying or dancing, graffiti, DJing, and then
MCing.
rapping, MCing. And
now
he
within
was,
MCing, freestyle is a pillar to that.
Exactly,
Like,
right,
You have to
exactly.
be a dope freestyler. You have to be you have to be able to write. You have to be able to, be a master of ceremonies, control the crowd. You have to be able to do all that shit.
Yeah,
to
there's
really be a
different. Yeah, there's
well-rounded-
different tenets to even those pillars, but those 4 things are like really what created that culture of hip hop in the beginning. And Eyedea is a worshiper of the MC part of that. So he's a craftsman. He loved battling. To him though, and I think he even has a quote very similar to this where he says basically, battling is just easy. You know what I mean? He says it's boring to me basically because it's so like it's low level shit. You know what I mean? It's easy to look at somebody and point out what's happening in front of you. He wanted to challenge himself and think like more ethereal. That's why when you watch him freestyle, like I said, he'll enter that zone where he'll say, my mind can't find a way to intertwine my mind with the different string theories of it, and he'll start going off on like fucking string theory in a freestyle.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, the thing about it was when he was winning battles around that late 90s period, years before that, when he was like 14, 15, he was battling.
Yeah.
So that was like almost the climax of his career in battling, because after that, he kind of stopped.
Yeah, I think he even says on this album that he's been rapping since he was like 11 or 12.
Yeah, so he was murdering people at like 15 years old, like cats that were like in their 30s, So he just had a knack for it, and he started it. He
just went all in on it. He's like, I know I have this talent. I'm going to actually use it.
Yeah, so he just went out. But Rhyme Sayers was really affiliated with the Scribble Jam battles, so that's
Absolutely.
kind of where he cut his teeth, and then after that, he's like, I'm gonna go national with this. I'm just gonna go everywhere with it.
And Abilities is just an amazing DJ.
Yeah, what's his?
So that's like
what's his
one of
story?
the other pillars.
They both met at the same time. Eyedea and Abilities were best friends. They met, they grew up together, and they got into hip hop at the same time.
So they both like grew up rapping and like as friends, like kids.
They
like
literally
teenagers?
got into it together, almost like ICP did. They
Cool, okay.
said we're going to do hip hop, and they did it.
Okay, because I'll say this: like I never listened to this album ever in my life.
Yeah.
I had heard now.
Yeah,
like
they're
you mentioned
both
last week,
purists, but they're purists in their own respective like pillar. Like I said, those 4 pillars they're covering too, but each of them are masters of each one. Like Abilities is a master DJ, and Eyedea is a master MC. You put them together, you get a master fucking rap.
Yeah,
group.
Abilities. Like when I was listening to it, Eyedea is an amazing rapper. Don't get me wrong, but Abilities' talent on this album is like
Yeah.
fucking dope as fuck. I love
he
it.
flexes.
And you gotta-
he
you gotta-
flexes, yeah.
And the way that Abilities produces and puts his music together is almost like so you got to think they're fans of rock, like they're fans of classic rock, and punk is a big thing that they're into.
Grunge
so
era,
a
too.
lot of grunge shit. So a lot of the music that they put together, there's solos in here. There's scratching solos. They
Yeah.
they
man.
conversate with scratching
Yeah.
and rapping back and forth together. They would do that live.
The first song, like the reintroducing, is like great example of it. Like Like it just comes out the gate. Like it's like I was wondering how he wrote it. Like how do you write it with the scratch? You wrote it with the
with the
scratch in
scratching,
mind.
yeah.
Like you I'm going to and you know, like
Yeah,
how do you even write
it's
that?
hard telling, man.
And then you
It-
tell abilities like scratch that part though. You know.
Yeah,
like,
because he'll do stuff like, when I walk in, I do not want you to forget. But if you want to bet, you better bet.
Yeah.
But if you were to rap it, if you want to bet, you better
Right.
bet. So
Right.
yeah, he would. I almost guarantee when he wrote that, he did plan. Like when
Like,
they were
I'm-
talking,
like,
like,
I'm
yo, you
hearing
should
the
do
scratch
some
in my
scratches and
head,
shit.
you know?
He's like, yeah, and then like he would just allow abilities to
Well, we'll go ahead
when
and
he was
start it.
mixing.
Yeah, and seeing them live, it's almost like you're watching. Like they were the equivalent of like a great acoustic, like someone with an acoustic and a guitar and a singer, just very stripped down. You know what I mean? Not this big production, just somebody who knows how to play an instrument and somebody who knows how to sing. That's Eyedea and Abilities. They're just two. They're a band. Them together, they're a band. You got the guitar player.
Oh
and
no,
the
they're
singer.
as far as like being just like minimal, but doing everything at the highest level. That's what they're doing.
They're taking the most basic stuff and bringing
Yes.
it to the highest possible level.
Even like
of
this
what they're
intro,
doing.
like
Yeah.
it's such the perfect intro. Like he's just like, bring it in. Here I go. All right, here we go. Like it's just basic as fuck.
Yeah.
But
And
It's
this
awesome.
and this album was fan service to Eyedea and Abilities fans because they had a lot of fans that were into the battle stuff. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what this album was like, okay, we're going to give them a battle record.
okay. The nation,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, his scratching is amazing, man. Now, Abilities still makes music. He just put an album out 2
I was just
years
about to
ago.
ask, or I wanted to ask that. That was in my notes.
Yeah.
So you said he put out an
Yeah.
album. So is he? He's not someone's DJ now. He like
No,
does
he's
his own
DJ
shit.
ability.
He's his own guy that puts out his own records, but he does DJ for people periodically.
So what are his albums? Is
most
it albums of
DJs.
just music and scratching?
Well, most
Yeah.
DJs, they'll put out albums. It'll probably be like 14 songs. Maybe 7 or 8 will just be like scratching and beats. And then they'll usually will have some rap friends that they're friends with come on.
Okay.
And it's like a trade-off. So they'll say, yo, you come on my album, do a verse. I'll throw you a beat
Yeah.
for your album for free.
Well, I want to hear like another album like this where he works with them like as like so well, but it's just like him with other rappers or whatever, But
Yeah.
I know part of the charm of, well, at least this album is what I can speak for is their
Yeah.
their ability to like connect, at a different level.
They are
So I
very
recognize that.
very symbiotic
Yeah.
kind of relationship with that.
But I'm curious how has Abilities done like an album like fully with somebody else like this?
I don't know if he's ever done another album fully with anybody. He's
never-
he's done
no.
tracks and he's been on other people's albums, but it's never been like an entire thing.
No, I think this is the only group. Oh, man, this song's top 5.
Funny story. You were the
Eyedea
one.
and-
So Keezy was the one that at this time he had HBO.
Yeah.
So Keezy was like, man, and we were getting to rap at this time real heavy, and Eminem was out and everything, and Keezy was like, man, there's this white rapper, this white kid battling on HBO, and I taped it. 'Cause I remember you taped it.
Yeah.
So and this song is really dope. You taped the battles and stuff, and we were all like, man, he's so good. And you were like, yeah, here's one of his songs, and you played this song.
Yeah. So at the time, you mentioned this to me last
to
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
When
when
it goes for like,
and when it came to chopping, this was one of the main kind of things that inspired me.
Yeah. I will say this, like, well, before I get to that, but
The world is all asleep and I have no apologies.
This is
Breathe.
almost, and this is almost his Eminem. What's Eminem's 8 Mile song?
Lose Yourself.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this is almost his version of Lose Yourself, but it's of course it's a more like play. It's a playful version, but it's him saying this is the time. Now is the time.
yeah. This song is like, as dope as the song is, and I love it. I love how it sounds. It's unfortunate that I can't really even pay attention to what he's saying because he's rapping so fast. But like
dreams.
the rest of this album, he doesn't do this, which is interesting. Like this is the fastest he gets, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a flat. I think that this is just him saying, "Oh, double time? Yeah, I can do
and
that."
right off the bat, like here,
Yeah,
here
he's
it
like,
is.
"I can do it." So
Yeah.
he gets it. He shows it. all right, let me get that out of the way almost. And then the rest of the album, he's like, now I'm
Yeah.
going to go back to lyricism.
He
to show
was
you
not
guys.
so much worried about doing double time shit, but he could, and when he did it, it was amazing.
That's the
but-
thing. I think it was just to show you I can do
But
this.
even though when he wasn't doing double time, the way he wrote and strung things together was wild.
Yeah.
Here's some of that abilities scratching. Sick of the same old thing.
And to me, this is Eyedea and Abilities was never pretty, sparkly rap. It was raw.
Yeah, yeah.
It was absolutely just raw, lyricism and scratching and basic building blocks of the genre of hip hop.
I mentioned to you guys I had a hard time like getting into this album this week. I mean, just to make it clear, I thoroughly, royally enjoyed this album. Like from start to finish, I listened to it probably 15 times.
There's some
It's
incredible
really great.
lyricism on
But
here.
let me just say this: like, it took me a while to get into it because I had been listening to "Fuck Out of Here" all week.
Yeah.
And like his
And
style,
it was like such a shift.
and the style is so different, and that's what's tricky is like, and to get back to what Carver was saying about it being like raw hip hop is that I think that's why it is.
And
It's
sorry
because
to cut you off, but
yeah, this just shit's dope. It's because this shit is just raw hip hop. There's not like their personalities are in it and everything, but their personalities are like we're hip hop guys. Like they're not like
No, yeah.
their personalities aren't like I'm a badass motherfucker. Like
It's
crazy
not wild.
psycho.
Yeah, it's not like wild.
It's
as
our
fuck.
personalities are we're kind of cool crazy guys that just rap. Do
Well, it's more
hip-hop
philosophical. It's the difference in do you want if I were to say, hey, tonight let's go to a show together, guys. Let's go to a show. Are you going to want to come with me to a Buddhist seminar, or are you going to want to come to a boxing match?
Yeah. Sure.
You know what I
I
mean?
think it's a
you want to go to the boxing match. That's going to be a lot more entertaining. Now, don't get me
Like, I
wrong.
don't
The
think this
Buddhist
is that,
seminar
like-
is going to be better for your mind.
This album doesn't
but
seem that philosophical to me.
No, it's not.
No, this isn't his biggest, but absolutely, there's some.
This
deep
whole album
ass-
just
Man versus Ape is deep as fuck. Glass is deep as fuck.
He's got some
Star
dope-
Destroyer
he's got some
is
dope
fucking.
lines and,
even
like,
though that's like a battle
Star
song, but
Destroyer
it's
is a
deep.
battle song.
It's a battle, but it's a deep ass battle song.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking.
it's just a metaphor about like we're Star Destroyers. We're killing.
Star-
saying,
yeah,
like,
well,
look,
we're murdering
look,
rapper.
I'm,
yeah.
I'm saying this. I'm
Star,
saying
celebrity.
this. I'm saying this isn't philosophical from the perspective of myself, which I have a hard time following like really philosophical rap, and like I that's why I don't listen to a lot of shit like that. Like I don't listen to a lot of like hip hop head rap and shit like that because I just have a hard time with it. I had zero hard time following anything going on in this album.
So this album, like I said earlier, was fan service because their first album, Firstborn, was extremely philosophical.
Oh yeah, for sure. That one you would have been more like what?
Yeah.
Extremely.
Man versus Fish
night
and
day.
all that
I
shit.
mean, like some of the most incredible writing, story songs I've ever heard was on that album.
Okay.
The problem is it's very lo-fi.
Yeah.
So but
A lot of new age concepts on it too.
yeah.
So
new-
you're saying this album's probably a little more accessible.
yeah,
more
yeah.
commercial.
This
Yeah.
was like, let's give the fans the battle shit.
Yeah.
Let's give them the fun.
But this album,
stuff.
I mean, it sounds like a classic. Like, I mean, I will say this a few of the songs in the middle, like, kind of blend together just because they're all pretty similar. But it's not due to lack of talent or anything. It's just because, like, it's just him rapping over dope beats, Like, there's not.
Right.
The subject matter isn't super specific or anything.
But
Yeah.
But that's my only criticism. Like, it's not even that. Like, I enjoyed listening to the whole thing. I never skipped a song on this album the whole time I was listening to it,
right.
Yeah, and this is another kind of like just I'm a b-boy, mean abilities. We rap, we battle, we're better than you. That's kind of what this song is too.
Well, see, though, I kind of took this song as saying like, yo, we're fans of the basics of the roots. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
this is like a song giving respect to
Roots,
hip hop
yeah. No, you're
and the
right.
science of it. You know what I mean? Well, that's what I think it means by the title, even being kept, is saying like,
Now to be clear,
the integrity is kept.
to be
in this,
clear, Firstborn, they rarely did that on that album because I don't think they felt like they had to. But then their second album, they're like, okay, let's do that.
yeah.
I like
Yeah, so you just said it,
Yeah.
DJs, b-boys, graph writers, and
Yeah.
he's the MC. So he didn't say MC because he is the MC, but he gave shouts to all the other pillars.
Yeah, this is just a great lesson. This album's a great lesson in the basics of hip hop, lyricism, scratching, whatever. And at the same time, you're gonna get some great concepts like this song. This is a great. I love this song. I mean, it's one of my favorites on the album. Yeah. The lyricism on this song is amazing.
I just love this because it's literally a song about being a working fucking stiff and like being tired and having to go to work every fucking day.
And that was another thing they were good at. They bragged about being the pinnacle of hip hop, but they were also
Like normal dudes.
normal dudes and they rapped about normal shit.
Yeah.
yeah, it's about going to fucking work every day and wanting to just come home and watch some fucking TV. When you trade in all your dreams for a job.
Yeah, I like the lines about he's talking about our generation was supposed to be the ones that made it or whatever.
Yeah, he says a lot of lines that are great about the failure of generation.
Yeah.
And that's what
One of my favorite lines. I mean, it's on a different album of his, but one of my favorite lines is, he says, "Outnumbered by such a large amount, no wonder why we lost the battle. The counterculture can't count."
Stoked.
Brainless, stagnant, ain't it magic?
Yeah.
I think my favorite line's in the second verse.
Yeah.
Where kind of near the end of that verse, he starts going in a little bit.
Yeah.
But he said I think it was the song where he says 2-for-1 specials for shoulder devils.
2-for-1 specials for shoulder devils.
Basically, he's got a devil on both.
He's got
shoulders.
a devil on both shoulders. Yeah, that's dope. What up, Sharif? What up to Anthony Purcelli?
Purcelli?
Purcell. Is it Purcell or is it Purcell? Bro, I'm trying to read from a long play. I'm like, my eyes are giving out, dog. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, Anthony. I didn't mean to do that. Get your name wrong, Anthony. I'm sorry.
Oh, cool. You pulled the lyrics up. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm on some not even knowing I'm a Illuminatus.
Hello. Because after a while, it's never really. Yeah, that's a dope thing.
Has no feeling, even though I understand the words. Right here on Earth. To do the work.
Shout out Solid Psycho. Sharif said we going to go see Clockwork E on the 18th. They're having their own little it's their own little Clockwork E fest.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would be down to go to that for sure.
It's at
Specials if you
it's at
order
some bar
shoulder
downtown.
devils.
I would be down to go to that.
There it is.
Yeah,
show.
2-for-1 specials if you order shoulder devils, head swole, running out of petrol.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing a Clockwork shirt right now.
Oh, that's
My
what's
Clockwork
up.
tee. Yep. And
That's
sun.
cool. It shows the little Homer. That's cool. Yeah, some great writing about like just a normal subject that we all feel. you know? Keep in mind, Eyedea at a young age was very, very smart. He had a high IQ. He was an extremely smart person.
Yeah.
He was reading high-level books at a young age, and this is all documented and shit by his mom and stuff. And
Oh, you met his mom too, didn't you?
I met his mom. Yeah, I met his mom and his grandpa.
Where'd you meet all them?
In Minnesota.
So you went to like the Rhyme Sayers gathering?
Yeah, I went to what the hell is it called? Soundset. I went to a couple sound sets, but I also went to his wake that Rhyme Sayers held after he
Oh, like
died.
for the fans?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Rhyme Sayers held a wake at their big venue, which is called the First Avenue venue.
Oh, that's the shit.
And they had a wake there, and Aesop was there. A bunch of rappers were there, and yeah, it was great. And,
Wow,
yeah, I got
cool.
to meet a lot of people there as well. Yeah, he touched and moved a lot of people, man, because he was such just people fed off his energy.
What were his demons?
He was an addict.
Yeah, he was an addict.
He was an addict. I think heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets the best of us,
It
man.
never got publicized. I think what he was really on, but
Yeah, it never got publicized. Could have been pills or
they said
heroin or whatever, but
they said it was a mixture, a cocktail of stuff. You know, he was drinking heavy. He was taking sleeping pills and shit.
there's a lot of bars that allude to
yeah,
stick the needle in the skin and that type of thing. Stick it, inject it in my veins. You know, he had a lot of alliteration on his last album to all of that. So 100%. That's why I think it's just heroin, just from like picking up on
and it was
his
one
lyrics.
of those things when he was younger. He was so smart, so energetic. He did so many things. He achieved so many things by the time he was 18 that when he got in his 20s, he had to slow it down. He had to slow his mind down and stuff. So he started doing drugs and shit. And
So
that's what
how
really
old
got
was
him.
he then? When was he born? So how old would he have been during this album?
I think he's a year old, 81 when he was born. So he was
Spotify's
like
fucking up.
early 20s when this came out.
Okay. Sorry, Spotify did fuck up.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens, man.
But yeah, he was 18 when he was winning those battles.
Damn, man, he's so fucking young.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
And dude, he was reading books on
Never
philosophy
the
and
superstar.
like
I'm more
you know,
like a planet.
just creating these amazing albums and shit at a really young age. And yeah, he was just extremely
exhibit.
smart. And Just Chris actually slipped in an interview one year. with
Yeah,
his
I
mom.
interviewed his mom.
Oh,
when,
cool.
When me and Wordplay, who's friends with everybody. When we had our we created a website called Gone Zombies, gonezombies.com, and it was just like us like writing and shit. And one of the articles, I guess you could say, that I wrote was an interview with his mom about his death and
Oh,
like
cool.
his impact in hip hop and shit like that. The website and everything on it got deleted, so it's gone. But yeah, it was awesome. It was a great interview, and it got a lot of attention kind of in that little circle of
And she
hip-hop.
gave you the time of day. She gave everybody else too.
That's pretty
man.
cool.
She's the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, his mom, Kathy, is the shit.
One of the reasons why he was so smart and so like he was able to achieve all this because he had the complete support of his mom, who was also a very smart person.
Yeah, she's kind of like a hippie style mind. Like she's very caring, but always takes whatever time is needed to prolong her son's legacy. You know what I mean? She's proud of what he did. She's proud of the people that he touched and like the impact he made, even though it was all in the underground. It was a huge impact. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. If you walk up to anyone who's not in the underground scene and you say Eyedea, they're not going to know who the fuck you're talking about. It's kind of like Sean Price or, you know what I mean? Something like that. Like, if you're not into New York hip hop and you ask somebody about Sean Price, they don't know who the
I've
fuck
never
that
heard of
is.
Sean Price.
Exactly. No one, and don't feel bad about that. I'd say 95% of people are like that. But if you love New York hip hop, you're like, oh, he's like one of the fucking greatest of all. He's probably the greatest MC that's ever lived. And then I think it's the same way for Eyedea in the underground world. You know, in the underground rap world, if you ask somebody about Eyedea, they'll say, oh, dude, he's a fucking venomous MC. Like, he's one of the best MCs that's ever lived. But if I ask 90% of people who Eyedea is, they're going to have no idea, pun intended. You know?
But he did create a pretty loyal fan base, just like ICP. I mean, there's a lot of parallels with what ICP were doing and what he did. They created a loyal fan base that was like within Rhyme Sayers.
Yeah.
It was like a loyal fan base even within Rhyme Sayers that like just loved Eyedea and Abilities, you know?
I mean, no matter what, we're in this underground hip hop, underground kind of horrorcore hip hop world, you know. But I think as it all blends with underground hip hop in general. I think if you're doing underground hip hop and you're not trying to appeal to the masses, you're just doing your thing. You can appeal to a Juggalo crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, he also
Juggalos just want authenticity. I think that's the number
had
one
a
thing I noticed from
chance.
Juggalos is Juggalos know when you're fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of I even hear that complaint on sometimes we'll show shit. You know, like even when we showed Fuck Outta Here, a lot of people said, yo, on that one song, man, it just felt like he was fronting. Juggalos want authenticity. That's what they want from you. And if you're playing a character, they want yo, you better have that character down pat and have that character be authentic. You know what I mean? They can tell when you're bullshitting and when it's not natural for you.
That's one of the reasons why I had to get a break from that kind of shit with this, because Eyedea and Abilities aren't playing characters. Like, these are who they are in the moment. This is them. There's no gimmicks to this shit.
Yeah, they're just MCs, man.
It's just raw. It's a raw steak with some salt and pepper. You know, not a raw steak, but it's a steak with salt and pepper on it, not like a processed fucking fast food meal, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
What'd you say in our group chat? You said something that's like sipping a fine Chardonnay, or you said some shit like that.
So, well, I do. They're like the local restaurant that the locals know about. That's like the best food in town, but it's like, you know, it's not a chain. It's not a franchise.
Yeah, driving by, you wouldn't even know it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
You have to know about it from somebody.
You have to go in and experience to realize,
Yeah.
oh shit, this is like one of the best meals I've ever had.
Yeah, exactly. You know, oh god, it's cheap too. What the fuck?
That's
Right.
That's who they are.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some like music is obviously subjective, but I think when it comes to something like this, like, how could anyone listen to this and say anything bad about it? Honestly,
Oh, I've definitely had hip hop.
people can make fun of his corny
fans-
white guy voice, maybe. Like that's about it.
I have a lot of people who say, nah, it's just too much. It's just too much for me. It's kind of the same thing as Aesop Rock. Like some people will be like, it's too complex. There's just too much going on. I can't keep up real easy. I just don't like this shit.
I don't know. I
'Cause
mean, like
some people
even a
like
song
really
like this
simple
though, it's
music.
slow. Like it's like
I know
it's
you
clear,
might think that, but
like,
for a lot of people, this is very complex. If you listen to his lyrics, you know, even though he's slow and shit, like,
You know what this song's about, right? This is
no.
this is a story song.
yeah. I was trying to pay attention. It was hard to pay attention to.
It's basically about. It's called Bottle Dreams.
we've
I believe.
discovered the long lost art of dying. Only the lonely resent angels.
He was about
for
to
flying.
explain it.
Oh, sorry.
You interrupt him just to read.
I was just going to give the basic. He's finding. They're finding. Bottles are washing up to the shore with notes in them,
I see. Okay.
and it's about a girl that is basically being raped, and she's writing notes and throwing them in bottles and throwing them out in the ocean and shit, and nobody was able to help her.
Rape?
see.
I didn't take the rape part.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like raped. I just felt like when I listened to the song, she just had like a shitty existence, basically. Like she was
I
definitely
think there's, like,
depressed
one
and kind
line-
of like detached. I didn't pick up on that
We
line.
could go through it and look, maybe not, but I thought there was one line that pointed to the rape thing.
Look, so they sleep in bed with the guns to each other's heads.
Wait. Never mind. I'm thinking about the wrong song. This song is not that.
Yeah,
This is
I was
about
gonna say
this-
I didn't get that on.
Sorry. This is about a fucked up relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what song are you referring to?
Bottle Dreams. I might even be mixing up albums. Bottle Dreams might be off of Oliver Hart.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it is.
We'll scratch. We'll edit that out. Don't worry. We won't make you look like a complete fucking retard.
Bottle,
Yeah.
Bottle
Don't worry.
Dreams is
Don't-
off Oliver Hart.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure like we can edit out the part like in post production we can cut out all this part where he looks like a total stupid ass
Yeah.
that has no idea what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
we'll cut out that
okay,
part.
cool.
Well, producer Nick can do it. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, producer Nick.
Nick, will you take care of that for us?
Thanks. Thank you, producer Nick.
All right. I guess he said
He's
yeah.
our producer said he will do it.
He doesn't move his head a lot, but like you can kind of tell when he twitches certain ways.
Well, definitely they can see like you did set up. I know we can't see the camera live or anything, but you did set it up to where we're catching him on camera, right?
Yeah, but it was here. Let me see.
I know we weren't able to check it.
It's not working.
Shit.
Oh,
Okay.
he did that. He don't.
That's the-
Okay, he don't. Yeah, I got
Oh,
it.
we don't have his cam working. All right. Well,
Hey Nick, what's up? Hey. Oh.
hey, can we get your? Yeah, we can't get his cam working, but he is over there, guys. He's our homie, and he's the whole reason this show exists. Without it, we couldn't fund the show.
Thank you, Nick.
We couldn't get all the this awesome equipment. We wouldn't be able to go on our trips.
We wouldn't have our new studio.
Yeah, we wouldn't have our new studio, which is not a cheap building. It's in the heart of Columbus, 13th floor. It's a nice area. So, yeah,
we got a great view. We might show it to you one day.
all of our cars are thanks to.
Oh, here I got
producer
a
Nick.
camera that goes outside. Let me turn that on. Oh,
Gosh, come on, Keith.
Sorry,
Damn
Nick, get that shit working.
We gotta get this shit working,
Nick, all right,
dude.
we're sitting here bragging about all our technology and like,
and then none of it
he
works.
makes us look like total asses. Now I'll have to erase all this shit from the file.
But
doing-
seriously, none of this would happen without
Nick.
producer Nick.
He's strategic. He's got a plan.
Yeah, so we do appreciate.
He's gonna
it.
take care of it.
We do appreciate it, man. Thank you for being here. The show would not be the same without you here. But anyway,
This great song. This is about a bad relationship. Most people have been in them. So
Yes.
very relatable song.
Absolutely.
Poetic. It's almost a poetic song about a bad relationship.
it's pretty.
Yeah, it is a pretty song.
It's a pretty song, man.
Wow, DJ Slug said fire Nick. Unfucking real. I would never.
DJ Slug, this
It's actually
we
the
can't.
opposite. He could fire
He
us.
could fire us. Yeah, he's the only reason that we're able to do that. Like, he asked me last week. He was like, "What do you want to keep? What do you want this week?" Because he buys us one thing a week. I was like, "I want a Clockwork E-shirt," and he was like, "Okay." And that was my payment for being on the show last week.
Yeah.
This week, I'm going to get a back massage. I kind of have a sore back, so he's going to give me a back
That's
massage.
good.
after
I
the
didn't know
show.
you could ask for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. He was actually paying me to do that.
Oh,
To give
really?
You the back.
Okay, I'm
So,
cool with that.
are
Wait,
you-
so when he was face down, you actually gave
wait,
him
wait,
back
wait,
massage?
wait. The thing you're paying me to do to him after the show, was that something that you were supposed to do originally too? Oh, come on, man. See, I told you I hate putting lotion on my hands. I hate that feeling. It's so like kind of slimy.
Yeah.
I just don't like
But
it.
I need your strong hands
I know.
because like a girl's hand doesn't work for me.
No, I understand.
That's why I couldn't give him massages anymore.
no. No, we're talking about reupholstering his couch.
Oh.
Yeah, he's saying we have to get the upholstery onto its couch.
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
100%,
it's a high fiber.
That's the
count.
thing I'm going to do. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to have
Yeah.
strong hands for that. But yeah, a lot of fibers.
All right.
You know, fiber, it makes you shit.
Fiber does make you shit.
Hey.
I know that because I have to eat
doesn't
my
make you
fair
shit.
share of
It just-
fiber.
It firms up your shit.
Yeah, it helps you not. It helps.
Yeah,
you
as
shit.
long as you also have to drink enough water, because if you eat a lot of fiber and you don't drink enough water, it just creates a fucking
Brick.
cork,
Yeah,
like a
that's
bread
true.
cork in
That's
your
true.
butthole.
Has that ever
like
happened? Nick, has that ever happened to you?
Have you ever had a
Not-
bread cork in your butthole?
And then when you finally are able to poop after that, it's like
he said no. He said he has not had a bread cork in his butthole. Although that's probably because he's rich and he can afford to eat rich people food. I eat garbage.
this song's dope too. By the way, like the way he
Oh,
raps
this is
on this
very
shit.
Yeah, this is a sick ass song.
Oh, I think Nick has something to show us. Producer Nick brought something up.
Producer Nick.
Let me pull it up here.
Okay. Thank you, producer Nick.
Oh, let me make it bigger.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
shit. Sorry.
What are you doing? Oh.
I'm trying to make it bigger. There we go.
I don't want to see this.
So producer Nick, what is it about this?
Oh shit! Look at
Okay.
that. Poop
So-
like a champion.
Ultra fibers here. See, now non-GMO. The thing was, I wanted to eat this, but I don't like ingesting genetically modified organics or organisms or whatever. So for me, that was a big no. But now that it's non-GMO,
Wait, I thought this was fake, but this actually looks real.
no, dude, this is real. This is
don't wanna poop,
100%
But
real.
why do they have to call it poop like a champion though? That's a crazy, ridiculous
You
name.
can't.
for
You
No,
don't-
wait, no,
You
no,
don't
no,
want
no,
to poop
no.
too much because then you'll get a.
Let me ask you a question. Keezy. Do you want to poop like a loser?
No.
No, I know you want to poop like a champion because you have bidets, and bidets are letting the world know. Look, I care about my butthole. I
is
want to
true.
have a good poop. I'm not wiping with
Dude,
with dry paper like a fucking caveman.
I've preached to the kids about bidets multiple times.
Dude,
I've given a
bidets
sermon
are
on
the way.
bidets.
Bidets are the fucking
And
way,
they
bro.
they will not use it. And I'll say you know what I tell them? I say, you know what? Keep having dirty buttholes then.
Well, here's the way that you have to look at it. Look, if I walk into your kitchen, right, and I pull my pants down and I take a shit on your kitchen floor, how you gonna clean it up? Are you gonna grab a paper towel or are you gonna grab a rag? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you want a little bit of water, right? Maybe you're gonna mop or use a rag or something like that. You might use tissue to remove the big clump or whatever, but to get that shit that's all on it, you're not gonna wipe it with a fucking dry paper towel, bro. That's fucking grody.
so you're gonna spray it with a single stream of cold water.
Yeah, stream of, or what? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, like if you had a pressure washer and like a drain and could pressure wash shit off of your kitchen floor, I guarantee
That
you
is
would,
how you
bro.
would do it.
Yeah, you would do it. But
So yeah,
but
pressure
that's
wash
the
your
thing.
asshole.
And you have like your little bowl underneath to capture all your dookie flakes.
Wait,
and
Nick,
then you
Nick,
and then
is this
you
something
just
you'll actually chime in on?
I
No?
actually
Okay,
don't.
okay.
I'll say this though. I don't use either paper or the bodega. What is it called? Bidet.
but bidet the bodega.
Bird
I
bath.
don't use either.
I don't use the bodega. Yeah, but
Bird
the
eye.
bird bath. Yeah, we can call it the bird bath. You don't use the.
I
you
do.
don't use.
I do it the drag your ass behind dog style method.
Yeah, you don't use the turtle squirter.
Turtle squirter, no turtle squirter.
Okay.
Or pooper blooper.
Yeah, you don't use that. Okay. Well, if you don't use the turtle squirter, which I absolutely do, I have a bidet, and it's a lot. It's a game changer. And sometimes
we need a fart box puncher because they have to add one to the bodega, something that can punch your fart box in. Because what about the balloon knots?
They should. That is true, dude. They should have like a little sponge that can like a little punching like a fist on a
just
stick
like-
that just comes out and like.
oh, kind of like a Rock'em Sock'em Robot
Yeah.
arm, but like it would just come up and be like, boop.
that you
But
can
it has,
control.
to, it has to rotate like this too.
and they need to put joysticks on the left and right. Like you go.
Yeah. Well, what
Yeah.
they should have is like it's almost like a small toilet brush that just like kind of, but it's in the shape of a cone. It just kind of goes up in your butt and spins.
Yeah.
Like, and then like another one can come and like.
I don't like that one. So you're talking about like an egg beater in your butthole?
Yeah,
what,
but it's
I
more
don't
like
like
a
the egg
drill
beater.
bit.
Tell
I
you
don't
what,
want the
if you
drill
gotta take
bit
a
egg
shit
beater.
today. Let me get the. I'll take the drill. We'll
Just
put-
drink more water.
I'll just.
You put it like it's
That'll
almost
help.
like just twist a pipe cleaner almost.
Yeah,
up
yeah.
on it.
if you're not pooping, if you're having trouble pooping, guys, drink more water. It'll help. I'm telling you, that's the key. The key.
What
to
is it with
successful
you and
poops-
water?
You got to drink water. I know I drink a lot of soda on the show, guys, but when I got to shit, I drink water, and that's my
What in the
that's
fuck,
my
Nick?
cosign. Nick, what the fuck? Whoa, we can't show this on the show, bro.
Yeah, producer
Oh,
producer
yeah.
Nick knows.
What in the fuck?
Producer Nick, what are you watching? Ah, no.
So when I said
Jesus
I said
Christ.
punch the fart box, he legit brought that up.
That's not
Like,
what we meant, Nick.
We are seeing some fucking.
Jesus Christ.
That's cursed, bro. Please turn it off, please.
No, I'm hitting back. You're a sick fuck.
This is
bro.
what happens.
Jesus Christ, producer Nick. Jesus
Oh, man,
Christ.
he's
But yes,
awesome,
I
I'm
will.
so happy that the people who are watching the show couldn't see that. Look, because that's some shit that makes you never watch the show again.
Do we want to
Oh,
explain
producer
to the
Nick.
people who can't
Oh.
see?
It was just people getting fisted.
It was just
Okay.
it was people's buttholes getting fisted.
I want to comment on that song though. I like when he's like, "Die, dirty hippie, commie, Jew, Muslim scum, hippie, whatever."
Yeah.
That, I like that verse.
Yeah, that's
That reminds me of shit I would write.
that's man versus
He's
ape.
making fun of you, kind of. In that song.
What?
Yeah. That
What?
song is making fun of uber masculine.
What?
It's making fun of animalism.
I choose to ignore that.
It's called
well, you
man,
can, yeah.
It's called Man vs. Ape, and it's basically a metaphor,
For
a song about man versus ape, about how we are still ape-minded.
I just like that he hates Jews. So
I'm bigger. I'm
on
better.
board.
I'm bigger and better than you.
All I
Yeah.
hear from Eyedea is I hate Jews, and I'm like, fuck yeah, Eyedea, I'm with you. Who doesn't?
Yeah, man.
Ouch!
So fresh.
Hi, Tim. In the chat, welcome to the room, and we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Wait,
we just
you thought
rolling
it?
with
Did you wait? Did you think I said Jews? I said juice.
Juice, like the movie with Tupac.
That's what Eyedea is talking about, right?
Yes, this movie is a song about the movie with Tupac.
Producer Nick just slid me a note and said we cannot say the J word on YouTube.
Ouch! I said
Why?
juice.
Why?
I don't care, juice, whatever. We can't say it.
Professor Nick, can I?
No,
All right,
no J
fine.
word.
All right,
Can I say?
whatever.
I was gonna say.
Don't please. He already gave you permission to use your favorite. You are not allowed to use any other ones. That's what we said. You're not allowed to use.
The funniest thing I could have
Please.
said right there would have been the N
Let me
word.
get off
but I
camera.
was
No,
not gonna-
do not, dude. Then I have to punch you on camera. I have no option in that scenario. I have to punch you.
it
On,
would have been
to save my
All
my
right,
pride.
everyone
I love
just take
you.
note.
Don't make me do that.
It was in the funniest thing you could have said. It was in here, and I could have said it. All right,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
so I'll just say retard instead.
Okay, that's fair. He told us, remember in our meeting, he said, I'll allow you to say that once every 3 shows. So you're allowed to use that one.
is true.
And then he said your fave you can use whenever you want. But, I don't use it. But hey, whatever. It's up to you, man.
Whatever floats your boat, man.
It's whatever, I know it's all to,
Whatever fucks your pussy, man.
yeah, I like that. I'm going to start.
Whatever boat.
I'm going to say that at work. Like when, to my coworkers. Whatever fucks your pussy.
They won't know what to think about that. Like, wait, you saying I have a pussy?
Excuse me? What the hell?
But that's good.
It'll-
If I had a pussy, I would want it to be fucked. That is true.
You can't say it to the female coworkers, whatever sucks your dick. Maybe
Yeah.
we could say that. You know,
You can say
whatever
whatever
sucks your
sucks
dick. You know?
Oh, here's a great abilities solo.
me?
This is him flexing his
Oh
skills.
yeah, I love this shit. I like my
Put it
favorite.
on, you stupid bitch.
One of
Yeah,
my
this is
favorite parts of
abilities
this,
just killing me.
one of my favorite parts of this whole album. I can't remember what song it is where Idea's talking to him. He's like, "Hey, abilities!" Like, yeah. He's like, "Show him what we do." He's like, "Well, what we
Explain.
Yeah. It reminds me of when Bumblebee talks in Transformers.
Yeah. And that was kind of his
I
character.
love it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so cool, man.
And
He's like a
ability,
robot.
Abilities does that throughout their all their albums.
It's
you know?
awesome. That's really dope. The scratching, like you never hear people scratch like this. What?
Right.
What? Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Are you eating an apple?
Do you remember what
Are
happened?
you, dude?
Do you remember
What's the rule? What's the fucking rule?
Do you remember what happened last time?
What's
dude?
the rule? Real juggalos don't
Don't
eat apples.
Oh man,
Dude, we gotta show you the PSA.
Come on, man. You know better than that, dude. You know better.
It doesn't say it.
Did
yet.
you even check it?
Did you check?
It's clean. It doesn't say it.
It doesn't always say it.
It will say it though.
It doesn't always. Yeah, later on, once
when I
it's
die.
Yeah, once it's rotted. Once
Yeah,
the
what-
poison, once the toxins have set in.
Once the poison works, it forms onto the apple. So you
everyone
don't
knows
know.
that's what Twisted does. They put a hex on the apple, and then when you eat
Like-
it,
like-
as only as a juggalo.
Lex
if you're
the
a fan,
Hexmaster does it.
I don't know.
Yes,
I'm,
Lex the Hexmaster puts an apple hex on it, and we all know that if we all know that if you eat it. If you eat it and you're a juggalo, you die.
Right.
But if you're a fanboy, you'll survive it.
Okay. Well, he didn't swallow
know.
it, so it's all right.
Yeah, spit it out.
All right,
Jesus.
dude, you gotta
Spit
be
it out, spit it
careful,
out, spit
man.
it
You're not a fanboy. I know you want to be, but you're not a fanboy.
I will say
Derek.
this: I have a different theory. I think the Juff poisoned the apple.
You think that the Juff poisoned
I
the
think
apple?
the Juff did. I think the Juff's a murderer.
I
I
didn't
don't
think
know,
about
man.
that.
I think that the Juff in the video, who people keep saying that I look like him. Do you guys think so?
There's a striking resemblance.
I don't know. I think we do kind of look similar, but I don't know. I just see a lot of
I mean, he
differences.
did look like a piece of shit.
I mean, a little bit, and he was fat, and he had tattoos and a bald spot, but he wasn't wearing this shirt.
And he was
you know what I
really
mean?
annoying.
When I was watching him, I was like, I don't have that shirt.
I will say the moment.
So it's
I,
obviously not me if it's not a shirt that you've seen me wear.
I'll say the moment I saw that video and I saw his face, I did think, man, I hope I never have to fucking get near this person.
When I saw that video,
and that's similar to
I
you.
truly, really did want violence to be inflicted, and I was really, depressed when it didn't happen.
yeah,
of course,
I understand.
of course.
I kind of
I mean,
felt the
did I-
same way.
Did I want him to die a horrible death? Yes.
Yes,
did it happen? No. Am I very disappointed? Yes.
absolutely.
But life.
Sometimes the videos, sometimes
as a reminder.
sometimes
All right, man.
videos don't end the way you want them to, guys.
Oh,
That's
great.
what we've learned.
Great battle song right here, by the
We
way.
just need to write better.
That's the E and A theme.
Yeah.
I'll say
kills
this.
this shit.
I love Ian, or I almost said Ian. I love Idea's like energy. Oh, I like that part. He's like the method, the move. I like how you got that part.
Muscle the method.
Yeah, I like that part, and like the way the beat drops out shit. But I do hear a lot of you. Well, you specifically, Carver. When I hear Idea, like I could tell, like you've been
influence?
influenced.
Influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's good. I mean,
oh yeah,
I could pick that out. You
Yeah,
know
he
what I
was
mean?
he was a huge influence on wordplay, energy, and all kinds of different shit.
Kind of like you listen to old Sly, and I do hear wordplay in there.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, for real. Cage and wordplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cage, Kindles, and wordplay. I'd say that's my two, as far as my rap, yeah, for sure. That's my two biggest influences.
But
New York shit. Sorry, Sharif. You're going to fucking hate me.
I think a lot of what it reminded me of you, especially like more of your, not the stuff we did back in the day as much, but more of the things you've done since then. Like I feel like you put a lot more like energy and emphasis and like,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's what he does a lot, and I feel like that's what I'm picking up on.
Hell yeah.
Try to, yeah. I mean, I try to be, yeah.
I like it.
But yeah, man, it's
It influences me. Like
he's
when
a
I
great,
went
he's a great teacher.
all week as I listened to this, like it made me like think like, man, I should do better at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he's Venom. He's amazing with bars for sure.
I'm trying to not say venomous.
Yeah, exactly. I hate saying it. It's such a cliche thing to say. It's like saying he's got bars.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so cliche. Like, think of something better to say. Oh man, he got bars.
I find
man.
myself like randomly I will find that I do keep oversaying a word, and once I recognize it, or if somebody points it out, especially, I'm like, well, time to fucking work on that. And I literally like make myself stop saying it, just like you just did. I have to catch myself and like do this mentally,
Right.
Of course, but not like when we don't know something about Uncle Buck.
Yeah, if you don't know something about Buck, we have a rule
We
now.
chastise ourselves.
We have a rule. Yeah, you have to punish yourself for it somehow.
What was that, Carve?
Oh, I was just reading the chat. It says just Chris reminds me of Idea when he freestyles. Yeah, I think you were influenced definitely by a little bit by Idea of freestyling, right?
I wouldn't say influenced.
You were battling before.
Everybody freestyles. Like I think everybody's just like you just do what you do. You just let it come out.
Battle wise, you were definitely, I think, battling before you even.
I
listened
think
to
Eyedea is definitely somebody I've watched, but I don't think I've ever been influenced per se. I would just say that because I don't know if you can really be influenced when it comes to freestyling.
I think just you
know what I'm saying.
I think you and Idea had the basics of freestyle down, and they're just similar because the basics are similar.
I'm
all around
honored.
the board.
Look, I'm honored when anyone says that. I don't think that I'm even close to Idea's level with freestyling, battling and shit. I do have fun with battling, and I'm very confident that I'm good. I have no reservations about that. I've got a plaque to prove it. But along with a lot of, I won a lot of them when I was young that weren't in Juggalo World. But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. I was looking at that fudge. just keep it a gutter.
He got distracted by fudge.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, cut me a piece of that.
You
Hey,
literally. Producer Nick brought this fucking fudge over, right? This shit is like chocolate mint, homie.
He packed it himself.
It is the consistency of like God's shit. I don't know. It's
really good.
beautiful, bro.
Thanks, Nick.
One side's baby diarrhea green, the
You're-
other side is
So
shit
we were
brown.
we were talking,
Nick
and then
would always bring the snacks, man. Like he introduced me to seaweed snacks.
like look at this delicious shit, bro. It looks like fucking like Hubba Bubba gum.
Nick brought us a
so I'm
durian
talking,
one
and I
time.
looked down and saw that shit.
Nick brought us a durian one time. Have you ever had a durian?
All right, so good.
Durian.
Oh, durian.
What
fruit?
flavor of Dorito
Yeah.
is that?
It's a Doritos flavored fruit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. No, but yeah, I have had durian fruit.
It tastes like shit.
You think it tastes like shit?
Yeah, it smelled like shit.
It
but-
smells like shit.
but
I don't
no,
think it tastes
I
like
didn't like
shit.
how it tasted
I
either.
don't think it tastes like shit.
I think Nick ended
It
up eating
smells
all.
fucking horrible. But at our produce department, they broke one open.
Really?
And yeah, like let people try it. If you
It's
walked,
like creamy.
if you walked into the back room, it smelled horrific. But if you took yours, put it in a tray, and walked off into your department and ate it, it was pretty fucking good. It was kind of like a very mild, like tropical fruit.
I thought it
or
smelled. It
something.
smelled like a diseased cat, but it tasted like a.
Like-
it tasted like like old yogurt.
Old, it tasted like old yogurt.
Isn't yogurt old,
It's old.
already?
Yeah, older yogurt.
Older yogurt. Okay.
Old yogurt.
Well, producer Nick does know about produce.
Yes, he does because he is a producer.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like whenever you're playing cards, and we'll be like, "Hey, should jokers be wild?" Producer Nick is like, "No, twos," because he's producers. He's producers.
see.
Yeah, so he's
That's like-
producers.
Like
so-
he's not a huge fan of taking a piss.
But he's
Yeah, but
produce.
but he's producing. Yeah, he's producing.
I
So
don't
if
see
you're,
what
if
you
you're
did
up,
there.
if you're shitting in his bathroom, he's cool with that. He's like, "No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm producing." You know?
The minute you piss,
But yeah,
Don't
if you're
you
gonna,
fucking dare piss
If you're
in his
gonna
house.
pee, take her to the gas
Yeah.
station. You,
Yeah.
you fucking animal.
Yeah, dude. You don't fuck around.
That shit splashes up. Your butt creates a sill from your poop. You fucking flush when you're peeing. That shit splashing everywhere. Get the fuck out of my house. I let you talk to my children.
One thing I thought he did, but he didn't. I was just mistaken because it kind of sounds similar. I thought like he was really like a professional at like cleaning out pussies, like a producer. But
Right.
it's-
Yeah.
but I heard it. I misheard that.
It's kind of like masturbator being a professional at fishing or what. Yeah, I feel producer.
I thought
Yeah,
that's what he
gotcha.
was.
Yeah.
But then I heard him again, and he said producer. I said, oh. And then we laughed.
love this song right here. Pull up the lyrics of this one.
Oh, sure.
Glass.
Is this the final song?
Yeah,
the song rules.
We can go into what the meaning of the song is.
Okay.
I mean, I think the title kind of says it.
Oh, this shit is amazing. This is like one of the deepest songs on the album. This is like some Firstborn shit here.
Yeah. I think
In case
this is
vanity backfires.
To me, this is more the last album.
Oh, fucking
By the Throat.
By the Throat, yeah.
Yeah.
No one else
Yeah,
can.
the lines are just—they're very like metaphoric and they're very clever though.
Yeah.
And this is a build up. This song just
Yeah.
continuously builds upon itself and then just goes into like this explosive
This
ending.
when he comes back in though on this verse, this is one of the dopest come-ins I've ever heard ever in any song.
Oh,
this
charity,
right here where he's
clarity,
like, look,
honest.
what don't kill me will just make me crazier. I'm so filthy. Sorry I had to see me like this. I sold you a lie. That shit is so tight, man. What don't kill me will just make me crazier. Yeah, that shit is nasty. Hide behind. It's only time before your secrets become weekend headlines.
King Mile Man.
He's like,
I could read
he's
between cracks.
got a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I feel his pain in this song.
And this is what he became at the end of his career. It was all this type of shit.
Yeah,
Just-
dark. I mean,
it was just dark
pessimistic.
pain, yeah,
I would
yeah.
say pessimistic.
which was kind of
He raps a lot about like mirrors and break like glass and shit
Well,
specifically.
Yeah, and this song, like,
this
yeah,
is
it's
like
all like,
this is all about like ego shattering and
yeah. Well, you got to think like, yeah, windows you can see through, but you're seeing a different world through that mirror. And mirrors, obviously, you're seeing yourself. That's reflections. So it's a world of shit you can see through, and a world of shit that reminds you of yourself.
see through my anxieties and insecurities, rip out my insides, put them on display. And I mean, he's talking about, becoming vulnerable, tearing down the ego, showing his pain.
Here he comes. When he comes back here, he comes back in with that that speed shit again. But this one follows that drum.
It follows the scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he starts just
Well,
literally
the drum line,
He
yeah.
starts rapping with ability scratching.
Imperfections.
Close your eyes if we can get the vibe.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, he does an insane fucking series. Yeah. Close.
turn it up a little bit.
Can you?
Right with that scratch too.
And I'm saying, broken mirrors don't bring back luck. They cherish image. How do I look? It ain't gonna be with a bang. If you will feel me, she won't, he won't. I gotta do that. Yeah, this is like I would consider this almost like the title track, even though it's not the title track. This is the most
Oh man.
That's part
DNA song on the album.
Yeah. Such a great ending right there, dude.
Who's the guitar on this? Is that Abilities?
Yeah,
Can he play guitar?
I don't know, but
Maybe a little
if
bit,
not,
but
he
it-
sampled it.
It was probably a sample.
Yeah.
DJs are mostly comfortable in their samples,
Yeah.
especially when they find something really dope that's from like an underground record that isn't very known, because then it's like a secret weapon. You know what I mean? They're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, they've discovered something nobody really knows about that they can now
Another
throw into a beat.
Another thing we didn't really go into is like the performance side of what E&A did was nuts too. Like, Eyedea was a punk. Like, he had the energy of a punk rocker. Like, when he performed, it was he put fucking everything into it. Everything. He would lay on the fucking stage and I mean, it was the equivalent of seeing someone from like the 60s on like drugs fucking doing their thing. He just put so much shit into it. And there was at times where it was sloppy and he wasn't even rapping. He was literally just like hunched over fucking screaming. He would do weird, crazy shit like that. Yeah, like he was a very, very crazy performer.
He just like did like whatever the muse told him to do.
Yeah. So he was that's what you would see when he would perform. So it was always different too every time you saw him.
Kind of like what happened. Kind of like Isham. He's similar.
Yeah. It would be different. It would be different. Like in his early stages, he was really on point when he was younger, super on point, and just sharp.
Yeah.
And then as he went
Yeah.
on, he just let it turn into this like, just punk rock kind of energy. But
Yeah, he was the shit, man.
It was always different, and it was never boring. That his performances were not boring whatsoever ever.
Is there a lot of performances to watch on YouTube?
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
I've never.
Yeah,
I've never.
You gotta think he
bothered.
died in 2010, so it was before like everybody had
Yeah.
smartphones. So you're only getting like what certain people recorded and shit like that. But
What do you think? Had he overcome his addiction, like what do you think we would have ended up with today?
he was going in a completely different. He didn't even want to do rap anymore. He was trying to go to like rock and like he was started to play guitar and shit
Okay.
like that. So I think he would have left hip hop. Period.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think he would have kept dabbling. That was his roots,
Yeah.
He's definitely not the kind of artist who was going to just sit on hip hop and chill. He's going to try other avenues, but that's his home. You know what I mean? That's where he rules the roost, so to speak. So I think he's always going to come back.
Well, that's
So
what
he always would have come
That's
back
what
to
By
hip-hop.
the Throat was.
Yeah.
In between this record and By the Throat, there was like a 10-year period where they didn't do Eyedea and Abilities didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And all Eyedea did was go out and experiment and do different types of shit, completely leaving hip hop behind and
Face Candy
exploring different genres. Now, Face Candy is one thing I would say if you're really interested. Deep dive into that album because that album is insane. It's the best freestyle album I've ever fucking heard. I mean,
they go nuts.
yeah, some of the best freestyles you'll ever hear is on that album.
Yep.
the whole album. The whole album is freestyling.
It's a
Crystal.
Wow.
It's a jazz freestyle album. So it's two jazz musicians, a bass player and a drummer, and then it's a bunch
Jamming.
of just jamming all off the top.
I'm sure that they rehearse with each other and kind of get down these melodies and shit. But I mean, honestly, no, it might just be straight grooving. They might just have chemistry.
They literally just that
Go for
that
it.
was
That's the
famous
magic
because
of it.
Christoph even said that he was like, dude, Eyedea was like, I want to do this thing called Face Candy. Meet me here, and they would literally just meet at shows and like go.
That's lit, bro.
Did not rehearse anything.
That's tight.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That is
and
very
then
tight.
Eyedea was famous for that. Is he would get an idea and he would make it happen like immediately, and people would you were either on it or you weren't.
He was just. It sounded like he was just very experimental.
Yeah,
Like he was full of ideas.
Weird.
yeah. Check out Face Candy. That first album, amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah. So what? So next week are we doing another dealer's choice?
Okay. And you want to pick one?
Yeah, I'll pick
Do
one.
we want to keep going or do
Yeah,
we want to
let's do
go?
it.
I mean, do
I'll
we
pick
wanna
one. I
spread
already
them
know.
out?
I already know what I want to pick.
Well, I mean, for all I care, we could always do dealer's choice. I don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, I know, but we don't want to do it too long. I mean,
I'd
let's
say-
get back
I'd
to our
say that-
roots. I'll juggle them, but let's roll it for 3 shows.
I'd say if you're doing a dealer's
let's
choice,
introduce some shit.
let's do it unless something pops up in between.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
If something pops up, we'll do that. But
Yeah. If Juggalos have suggestions for something that we should do or whatever, that's fine.
as long as it's good. We'll do it.
Yeah.
damn, I want to eat this apple so bad.
I mean, how about this? Just don't do it. Don't do it on my property.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I mean
Because I would genuinely think less of you, and I don't
Chris-
want to have anything to do
Chris,
with
can you lay down so I can stand on you and eat this?
look, I don't have a problem.
It's not on
Look,
your property.
Oh,
I'm
Get
not
it?
I'm not discriminatory.
Standing on Chris.
I don't have a problem with people being fake juggalos. I don't have a problem with juggalos. So if you want to eat the apple, go for it, bro. Because real juggalos don't eat apples.
That's
I
true.
know, but I just don't want to die.
But it's up
either.
to you. It's up to you. You might not die. It's not like look, Twisted aren't magic like demons. I know
That's
I know
literally
that
what their
they're-
gimmick was.
It literally is. Yeah.
All right, so Twisted are magic demons. All right, so
They're on Magic Ninja Entertainment.
yeah, that's true. Fuck, I didn't think about the fact. All right, yeah, you're probably going to die from eating that apple. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah.
One thing I will say,
you should have eaten producer Nick's fudge, and then you wouldn't be dying.
one thing I'll
Cut me a
say,
piece of that.
whether you die or not,
I'm not your
whether you
servant.
die or not, I'll know, and we'll all know that you're not a juggalo. So that's all I
fine.
know.
That's fine.
Can you still do a Juggalo podcast? Yes. I mean,
If I'm not a Juggalo, I'm still going to do a Juggalo podcast. And
there's-
I'm still going to go to the gathering.
there's plenty of Juffalos out there making Juggalo shows, like DC Fago guy.
Ooh, you better watch
you
your
know,
fucking mouth, motherfucker.
Just kidding. You know.
Watch your fucking mouth.
You know
mother-
I kid.
No, I know. I'm fine.
All right.
But yeah,
All right, man. That's it. We did it. Next week we'll see.
we did it. I already know what I'm picking.
Do you? Are you
Abso-fucking-lutely.
gonna tell everybody, or are you gonna keep it secret?
I could. I can tell everybody. I'll promote it. Bro.
Really?
I'm proud of this. It's Juggalo friendly. I think.
Wow, really?
I think so.
What?
Cage Kennels, movies for the blind.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pick Cage, movies for the blind.
I've never listened to that.
Yeah, see, that's
I
what
think
I'm saying,
Carver
man.
played a little bit for me when we went to the gathering.
I think
but-
it's very Juggalo friendly, and I'm picking it because it was the first album that got me kind of out of the Juggalo world into
wait.
the hip hop world.
Are you okay, dude?
Wait. Are you all right? Whoa.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah,
Probably for the
spit
best.
it out. Don't push
Probably
it.
for the best.
Don't push it, bro.
Probably for the best. I told you to
did
wait.
you taste some Twisted?
Go ahead. I'm good. There was I think there's a pube in it.
Was there? Did you eat a Gmo seed?
Gmos.
What, there was Gmo Skeet in it?
Did you didn't bite into an apple Zulu, did you?
I didn't. Well, maybe I did. I don't know. There's definitely a pube in there. Could have been Madrox. I don't know.
It might
We'll
be.
see.
If in 5 minutes you start going, hello guys, I have to go now, we know whose pube it was. Or if it's like that's how Magic Ninja gets you. They put a curse on one of their pubes and then put it in the apples.
Cool.
So when you bite, you get one of their ailments.
Wow.
So
That's
like,
how they do it?
So like either your voice,
wait.
you start coughing and you get like emphysema, or
Or your voice gets really high and you start talking like this.
Wait.
or you start talking like hello my baby, hello.
So
or
their magic demon energy comes specifically from their pubes.
from their pubes. And
Jesus Christ, I did not know that.
Yeah, and the way that they spread the curse is they put the pubes inside of apples and get Juggahos to eat the
Wow,
apples.
dude, you're spreading some real lore right now.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying this shit is not speculation. This is factual canon lore.
But the Juff knew this, and that's why he's a murderer, because he planted that apple.
I can't believe like
He
this
might
goes
have-
so deep.
This is deep,
Yeah.
bro.
We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, we will
Yeah.
one day.
This is some Illuminati shit.
I feel
I mean,
like
it is.
I feel like
It's gonna get deep.
I feel like Jay might know how to get to the bottom of this, if you know what I mean. You
Violent
know,
Jay-
I think Jay could figure this out.
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but Violent J is 100% a.
He's got a power. He's got a special power. He's
Yeah,
given a power when he does a certain thing.
I've heard that when he's not doing ICP, he's pretty much an Avenger.
How?
Yeah.
Like he's like a superhero, bro. He fucking solves crimes and has like superpowers and shit.
For real?
But-
I'm not joking, bro.
So wait, some of the shit he raps about was probably real?
But like
Yes,
like the
that's what I'm
Hulk
saying,
like the
yes.
Hulk had the
Super
gamma
balls,
rays.
all that shit. Yeah.
Like the Hulk had the gamma rays. The
think
Spider-Man
him
had the spider.
Violent J has ketamine.
Jay. Yeah, exactly.
What?
Ketamine.
Jay's ketamine. The ketamine.
What?
Yes. Yes. If Violent J takes ketamine, he turns into Ketamine J. And he's pretty much like a superhero.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
he knows
That's
that. Yeah, he can figure
He
all
gets
this out.
now. Don't get me wrong. Like the only problem with it is he gets like uncomfortably gay.
Yeah, he gets a little horny.
He gets real horny.
Well,
like,
yeah.
uncomfortably.
Hey,
I do remember that. I do
it
remember
gets
that.
kind of yeah. From the
You know-
we got to see him kind of come
On
out on that
Skankfest.
show on Skankfest. Yeah, but yeah, it gets kind of uncomfortably gay. But
It's that's something we have to deal with.
Yeah.
But to solve these crimes, it's okay.
That's
you know,
wild,
we'll let
dude.
that.
I'm curious to see how that works.
I'll tell you what. I'll call my friend at the bureau. I think he has that video of that time. It's probably gonna take a couple weeks for him to mail it to us.
Dude, some shit.
Wait, he's mailing video like a VHS.
Yeah,
Hold on, wait.
he's old school, bro.
Wow, dude.
It's on a VHS.
He's mailing it. He's mailing it to producer Nick, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
To producer Nick, who is sitting right there. There is actually a person sitting there to the left of Carver. We're not lying,
Let
guys.
me see if the camera's working yet.
Hold on. Turn the camera on. Oh, okay. Well,
He'll get that fixed.
he is there, though, guys. I would never lie to you. Okay? There's actually a person over there right now. He's waving. Wave to me.
Proof.
Hey.
Here's his keyboard. That's
Hey,
proof.
Producer Nick. Producer Nick, wave to me. Producer Nick, wave to me.
Yeah, see, he's waving. That's proof.
Wave
He
to
is
me.
waving.
You're not. He's not waving right now. He's lying. They're lying. wave to me, Producer Nick.
No, he actually is waving.
Producer Nick, wave to me, man. Really, I need you to wave to me, or I'm not gonna put my arm down.
Oh shit, he did talk.
He did talk. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. See, that was a tidbit for everyone who stuck
That's
around
so
to the
weird.
very end. A tidbit for everyone who stuck around to the end. We weren't kidding. See, we weren't lying. Now you've seen it.
It was totally
And
true.
now I'm fucking in trouble.
Hey, that's
so
totally true. There totally wasn't like a voice modulator over there that we just clicked, right?
there's no way, of course, obviously.
That's
There's
too
no way we would play-
technologically advanced.
There's no way that we are going to be able to record something on a phone and then play it by Derek pushing a button in his lap.
Where else would we get that fudge?
It's totally natural. He always sits.
That's what I'm saying. Where else would we get that fudge? There's no other way.
You got me there.
No
dude.
other logical
That is
way
true.
that fudge is going to get into this room
is true.
other than producer Nick brought it to us.
That's true. I gotta say that's true.
It's
you
logic,
got
guys.
me there.
1, 2, 3, ABC, bumblebee, flea. Right?
Yeah, bumblebees have fleas.
Yes.
Nice.
3.
It could. They're fuzzy.
All right.
Did you say 3? Was that a countdown?
3, 2, 1. Quit.
It's like
1.
It's like,
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
it was like it was like when you're watching the Oscars or something, they start playing the music. That was like he's like, all right.
All right. Carver could do that anytime. Once he just hits the button, it'll just start playing the music.
Yeah, I know. He can end the. He's literally like basically God of the show.
If Carver wanted to, he could hit. Oh, I'm sorry. He's handing the reins over to producer Nick.
Yeah.
Since recently, but
All right.
But it is like the God being powers where he can just
Producer
like.
Nick, hit it.
all right, let's shuffle up on out.
Where
of
there's
here.
like he can end the show, I guess, anytime they want.
Go ahead, producer Nick. Hit
I
it.
say that we should do the show for another hour, though.
No.
Yeah, let's. Why don't we
let's
cut
shuffle
you
up on
off?
out
No,
of
wait,
here.
no, don't play the music. Come out. No. Why don't we just keep doing the show? My idea is a Loki album. We'll do a Loki album real quick. Yeah, we'll do it real quick. I know everyone's gonna love to see it, so we'll just do the. Shut up!
Don't eat it! Don't eat it! Wait! Wait!
Oh, we love you. Don't eat the apple.